devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand. Call
Yo, what's up? What's up? Lart, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can
Is
hear
it clear?
you perfectly, loud and clear. How you doing, my man? How's it going?
Oh, good, man. Bit boring, the international break. I mean, apart from the great news, Italy and Albania will be on the Euros.
Albania's winning it. You know that, right?
No, it's not winning. Shut the fuck up.
Come on, it's Greece. It's Greece all over again.
Yeah, it's not something that happens every 20 years, man. It's not like a routine that every 20 years a Balkan country will go and win it.
If Italy doesn't win it, I'm going for Albania. I'm just telling you right now.
I mean, can be one of those Euros that literally a small country can win it. So I'm not betting on the biggest one, but there is a big chance that England this time wins it.
Yeah,
It's a
probably the
group of
best
players that've
judgment.
been together. They've been together for so long now with the same coach. So
Yeah, this is probably the
that is a
best
big
chance they've
factor.
ever had to
What do
win
you mean?
England.
Yeah, and they've been burned quite a lot of times. That group of players, most of the group of players, they lost a a semi-final against Croatia. They lost the final against Italy, a semi-final against France, something like that.
Yep, that's
So
right.
they are they're hunting, getting closer, trying.
Yeah, their issue. I don't know if it's going to be the same. It's always going to be the mentality. Maybe this time there's enough talent and there is enough, like you said, they've been together enough to override those problems they've always had. But just looking at the roster and how they've been performing, yeah, they are definitely one of the favorites, no doubt about it. There's no doubt
And
about
you said something really interesting, the mentality, which you're right. The fact that they've been in finals and semifinals, losing them creates a sense of not this time. I don't want this time to happen because it hurts a lot to lose. So it triggered that mentality type to go and win it.
that. Yeah.
So I mean, a bit like Messi. He played, I think, I don't know how many semifinals with Argentina and
Oh, he
finals,
played a lot. Played a lot of
and he
finals.
lost most of them. So it was like this time, it was like, I'm not losing this one, no chance.
He played a final against Germany in Brazil. He played a few finals in the Copa Libertadores before winning. Yeah, he basically won his finals finally last year, the
Yeah,
Libertadores and the World Cup.
sorry,
At,
Copa America.
yeah, sorry, yeah, Copa America. At 34 or 35,
He's 1 year
something like that.
older than me, so 30, 36.
At, well, when he won them, he was
Oh
35.
yeah, when he won it, yeah, he was 35.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, Italy has its chances like always, but maybe less than other times. But you never know. You never know.
Yeah, let's see, let's see. I always put Italy as a favorite if they go through the group.
Yeah. That's definitely never underestimate Italy. Never underestimate Italy. Okay, Lart. So yeah, the national break is over. We're back in the Serie A. Tomorrow we're playing against Fiorentina. Big game, very big game, because if we don't win this game, the repercussions could be very bad depending on the results of the other games. Of course, it depends on the other games too. But the worst scenario that can happen is that we lose and Inter wins. That's bad because then they really start to detach themselves, and we lose the top four spot. I think it depends on the score, but we might even lose a top four spot because Fiorentina is at 20. We're at 23. If they win, they go to 23. Depending on what the result is, they can even surpass us. But if tomorrow Atalanta wins or Napoli, they will surpass us for sure if we don't win. So very important game tomorrow. How are you seeing it?
I see a tough game. I see a tough situation. Leao is not available. Okafor got injured. I see a weak midfield. It's gonna be difficult, and I think Pioli can lose his job this week that is coming.
Yeah. That's what Franco Ordine said. Pioli's losing his job on Wednesday.
I mean, or Pioli wins against Fiorentina and Dortmund, and he still keeps his job. If he loses both the two games,
Yeah.
or even losing and a draw, probably will lose his position
Well, okay, so let's talk.
unless they don't
Yeah,
have a replacement ready. Unless they don't have a replacement ready, so they keep him because they're like, yeah, we don't have a replacement, so what we're doing, let's wait.
well, I want to talk about that. Let's let that be the first argument. If he does lose against Borussia Dortmund, let's say, okay, he loses both games. Um, is it the right thing to do to fire him? Um, what do you think? Do you think he should be fired? Is it really good to bring in a new coach mid-season, or what? What would you do? How would you see this play out?
If I was Furlani or Jerry, I will fire myself, of course.
Yeah, me too. I would do
but,
that. Yeah.
but of course, people in those positions, they don't fire themselves. They don't say, "Oh, I did a stupid mistake. I was so dumb that last summer." They will fire Pioli because they will be like, "Oh, it's not me. It's the coach. Clearly, he's not training them well. The quality is there."
Yeah,
And they want to kind of do what the fans want. They please the fans in these situations.
exactly. Yeah, well
So
said.
that's what they're gonna do, and that's what I will do if I'm a dumb American the only thing that I know is baseball, I will listen to the fan and fire Pioli, and send every my all my PR agents to talk to the Italian press and to explain how Pioli was mean with the players and what was the problem with the trainings, and that's why the players were getting injured because Pioli was training them wrong. And we'll start to all have those talks, so people are like, "Oh, finally the solution is here. We will get rid of Pioli." What did he did with Maldini? He fired Maldini and he started talking bad about Maldini and all the problems that Maldini was bringing, supposedly.
Yeah.
So that's what he's gonna do. So I've seen this.
Now,
Uh,
go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
football wise, I will keep Pioli because Pioli is losing games because the team is not good enough or is not built properly, and major players are missing. So I will keep Pioli, and I really believe Pioli will achieve top four at the end of the season. Champions League, I never believed on, or not believed, but I always think it's always tough anyway. Even if you are in a great period, it's always tough Champions League. So there is not a lot to say on that one. But Serie A, I will keep Pioli because I know Pioli gets out of the Champions League. After that, he has one game a week. He will achieve top four. He will hit that financial target. So that's what I will do.
Yeah, I was thinking about this too. And I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know if they already have a replacement for Pioli in case things go bad. But if I was the management and I treated the situation with a little bit more, football acumen, I wouldn't fire Pioli. If I get out of the Champions League, I would keep Pioli and just focus all in the Serie A. And then maybe if they want to fire him, do it in the summer, and find someone else
Yeah.
in the summer.
And
But
another thing is,
yeah,
sorry,
go ahead.
go. Go.
No,
You were
go,
saying.
go.
Yeah, and another thing is, if Pioli still fails after getting out of the Champions League and so having just one game a week to deal, and he still fails, therefore, you fire him because clearly there is a glitch in the system. But yeah, I'm with you. Get rid of him in the summer, bring the new coach, a major one, a one that you can build the project, buy him the players he wants, build the squad he wants, and move for the next season. That's that's the sensible thing to do.
Now, listen. First of all, like who's available to come if they decide to fire him, right away?
I'll,
And what will that look like? What does a new coach look like with Milan mid, one quarter away in the season?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. So, what I think, if we get out of the Champions League, I really believe Pioli can manage to finish top four. Therefore, that means that if they fire Pioli and they put a decent coach instead of Pioli, that coach, without the Champions League, he will have to deal one game a week and he will achieve top four as well. And people will think, oh, see, the coach was the problem. No.
Mm, good point.
People will start thinking, see, Pioli was the problem. Now we're performing. Now we're achieving top four. No, that's not Pioli was the problem. I was Champions League a lot of games, and the team is not good enough to handle that. That's why we were leaking in Serie A and Champions League. Now that we don't have the competition, a really solid coach at the level of Pioli is getting results because we don't have that competition and because we have one game a week.
Mm,
That's what's going to happen. But there is a small percentage that you completely fuck it up. That you get a coach that has a bit of ego, that is not solid, maybe has innovative ideas, but does not have the right personality to handle a dressing room like Milan. So there is a 10-15% chance that you fuck up the choice of the coach and
yeah.
you completely destroy your chances of going top four. Keeping Pioli, you cannot fuck up that chance because Pioli has shown us in the last 3 years that he still has a decent. The players still respect him.
Right.
There is at least a bit of respect.
And he
Maybe they're
showed
a bit, yeah.
No, he's shown that he knows how to get to top four. He's shown that.
Yeah, he's shown that. And we've seen that even Allegri or any coach in Italy can handle one game a week
Right.
with a solid squad.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
go ahead.
risky. It's risky. They can literally fuck it up. They are so bad at what they do.
Yeah.
That their football knowledge is so bad they can literally fuck it up.
They can make it even worse. You
Make
make
it
it
even
more.
worse.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally
They
agree.
can they can think they're smart and bring an English coach, American coach, or whatever, German coach. They think that is has a incredible vision for football, and they will understand after a month that there is a language barrier, cultural barrier. He doesn't understand press. He doesn't understand pressure in Italy. The tactics are different. He will start to adapt to the league, and that will be too late, and you're not gonna finish top four. They can actually do that mistake.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see them
Absolutely.
doing that.
Me too. I see that. And also now, I mean, shit. It's been a while. I don't remember Milan being very successful with coaches that come in right away, even if it's new coaches that start in the summer that come in right away, guns blazing. I think every single coach that I can think of, but I could be wrong because I don't have the data in front of me, has struggled in the beginning, and coaches that have come in, even though it's rarely happened, coaches that have come in mid-season in I can't think of any that did well right away. I know Saki in the beginning struggled. Pioli in the beginning struggled. I think Ancelotti was struggling in the beginning. I don't remember actually if he was or not.
No, he had an
Uh,
okay season. He came in October, November. He had an okay season, finished top four.
okay. So
But
maybe Ancelotti is
yeah,
the exception to the rule.
uh,
Um,
yeah, but it's not like Ancelotti was a solid coach. You cannot get wrong with Ancelotti. The guy almost challenged to win the league twice with
right.
Juventus. So he was a top coach. So we're not bringing a guy that almost won the league twice in Italy,
Yeah.
unfortunately. I mean, if you bring Conte, you hardly get it wrong. Conte will get it right and
I
finish
mean,
top
for
four.
me, who else is there if not Conte? Like, can you give me? I know we talk about this every single time, and obviously, we're Clint will always say De Zerbi, but obviously, De Zerbi is not available. Who
Yeah, it's not
the
coming.
only guy that is available is Conte, that is actually of a certain pedigree. Otherwise, we get another Mazzarri, what was it, Balderini, whatever these guys
The
are.
Balderini.
Yeah, these
It's
guys here.
Di Francesco. I don't know these guys.
Yeah, we get these level guys, or we get the equivalent of Mazzarri, but German or American or whatever. But who is there like that can come in right now?
That's a good question. I honestly don't know. At least in Italy, there is a lot of good mid-table coaches, like young that can perform really well on a mid-table team. But he's not a coach that you think, oh, he's gonna walk inside Milanello and make everyone run and fight for him and go and win games.
Yeah, aside from
So
Conte.
yeah, of course, Conte. And again, I'm not even sure Conte wants to embark on another fucking project with another guy that counts the pennies or the free controls, data analytic bullshit. Conte is about a lot of about relationship, and I like that
Yeah,
player. I think that player is good. So
Conte is demanding. He is very
yeah,
demanding.
he's demanding, and Conte struggled with how's it called, the sporting director of Inter, Marotta.
Marotta.
Yeah, he, he had a lot of disagreement with Marotta. Can you
Well,
imagine how many disagreements he
yeah,
can have
exactly,
with?
like exactly. He's had disagreements everywhere he's gone. As far, I mean, he's worked with Marotta most of his career, I think, but because from Juve then to Inter. But
A disagreement, healthy disagreement, like conversation.
Yeah.
disagreeing on player. He disagreed on Pirlo, and at the end he accepted, and Pirlo changed completely the face of his team when he came at Juventus with the purchase
Yeah.
of Pirlo. He wanted, I think, at that time, I think Juventus wanted Stankovic, and Stankovic, no,
Mm.
no, it was not with Conte. It was before. Sorry, but there was a lot of time that Juventus wanted an Inter player, but it never happened.
Right. Right. Right.
So yeah, there is a. I don't know. Conte is a safe choice. Just speaking about football, but not.
Yeah.
I don't feel happening. Yeah.
And also, from as far as I know, which was said because I was following the Napoli situation when they fired Garcia. They tried to get Conte, but Conte doesn't want to get in a team midway through season. That's what the reports were saying. Conte wants to start from the summer. He doesn't want to embark something mid through the season, especially if the offers are going to be the offers that you're going to get in Italy. Maybe in England, he would say yes because he's getting paid so much money.
Yeah, in
So,
England you're gonna play a lot.
so yeah, like I don't have any names. Now I see some people in chat are giving us names, but what we're talking about is like people that are available now. Thiago Motta is not available now. De Zerbi is not available now. I don't know who Farioli is. Italiano is not available. He's coaching Fiorentina. The D's coach is coaching Nice. So who's available now if they want to fire Pioli? That's the question. I don't know. I just can't think. I would have never imagined for Mazzarri to come back. So I'm assuming
Can you
that's what
imagine
they'll.
how little options there is out there that Napoli went for Mazzarri?
Yeah, that's right.
And Napoli is a good team. They have good players. They have a good starting 11 and bench players. Is the team that won the title 3 months ago. So, and they didn't have options. They went on Mazzarri.
Yeah,
That is,
that's a great point. He hasn't coached in years. There's not like if there's not many options out there. There's really not many options out there.
so definitely the option is someone that is coming outside of Italy.
Yeah, that's right. And I think, Larry, I have the fear, and I think it is going to be. I think it's going to be an American guy. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it straight up. I think they're going to hire an American coach, and Viva America, freedom.
An American coach, and we don't finish top four. Are these people at the end just admit that they were a bunch of idiots?
No,
No, no,
they'll
no,
find
not
they'll they'll,
Furlan,
they'll find enough.
no, no, not Furlani and Cardinale. I'm talking about the guys, the fans that support these guys.
Oh.
Are they gonna come in this fucking channel and tell me, "Oh, you know, lad, I was a fucking idiot"?
No, because you know why, Larry? Because as soon as they see Furlani is put out some money, everybody gets excited again. You know,
Hey, the last 12 months, I evaluated wrongly the season, the players, the operation of Furlani. I don't care if he puts money on summer. That is another story. You can talk about the future, but until the last 12 months, you should tell me, lad, fucking hell, you were right, man. I was an idiot.
well, let's see if that happens. Um, okay, I want to confirm. I want to talk about this because this is interesting, and I want to know what your opinion is too. I wouldn't like Conte for long-term success, but our team is built for his system. Our team is built. Our team is not built for his system. You mean we need to
I'll tell
play
you
at?
what,
Go ahead. Yeah.
our team is built for his system. The problem is that the fan favorites will be benched by Conte. That's the reality.
Who are the fan favorites?
Well, the fan favorite are our right wings, our amazing right
Okay.
wings.
Yeah.
They will go all on the bench.
The 5 million right wingers we have, and they're all
Yeah.
injured, by the way.
Okafor probably can play as a second striker, maybe, but Leao will be the guy that will start, and he will not perform well. He has to learn a new position. But the other ones, they're completely fine. Teo Hernandez, Florenzi, Calabria, Kalulu, they can play as a wing back. Easy. Our
Yeah.
center backs, we have Kier, Tomori, Chao. I put Kalulu on that as well as an option. And probably I heard we're gonna get someone in summer. The three other back is perfect for center backs. They are good, but not excellent. They will perform well. Mike Magnan is great on the building from the back. Great feet. Conte likes that, to build from the back with the goalkeeper. You have Benacer as a pivot in front of defense that he can play. And you have a lot of half midfielders. I call them half midfielders because they are not extremely good at going forward and not extremely good at defending. But on the midfield of three, a crowded midfield of five, sorry, with the wing backs, they can perform well. They can do their job. So we have it, but our fan favorite players, they will be in the bench. 45 million spent last summer, or around 50 million spent last summer, will be in the bench. That's
Yeah, yeah. No, I see that. I there is the space, the roster to go to that formation is there. You can do that for sure. And yeah, obviously, Pulisic probably wouldn't be playing much. Chukwueze wouldn't be playing much. Um, yeah, I
which
think
will
those
not
two.
play at all. A guy fit in that, not fit at all, with Conte will not even see the bench.
Mm.
Conte will keep him in the training ground, tell him get fit.
Yeah. So listen, I don't know. For me, if they do this thing and they decide to fire him on Wednesday, if everything goes badly, of course. Um, shit, Larry. The thing is this. Now that I'm thinking about it, these guys are so clueless, and we saw the kind of decisions they make. That imagine what kind of coach we're gonna get. Like these guys are gonna get like the worst guy possible for the job. Um, what about Galtier? Any Galtier is free. I think Galtier is free, right?
He's a good coach. He's a good coach, and he's French. So when you're French, Spanish, Portuguese, is different from being English or American.
Yeah.
The
But
French way of seeing football, it is closer to Italy. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. You're
The
gonna
passionate
assimilate faster.
supporters, yeah, the passionate supporters, the press that is bitching about you. It is a bit similar. So he can learn quick and he can adapt quickly. And another thing, maybe probably he's been without a job for 6, 7 months. Probably he's been like, let me learn Italian.
Well, actually, Larry Rene Cumberbatch is saying Galtier is in Saudi. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that as well. Honestly, good shot.
Mm. Yeah. So I don't have any names. I honestly have no clue. I think you and I both agree. If we get kicked out of the Champions League and you say you were done with Pioli, just finish the season with Pioli, then figure it out in the summer.
Yeah. By the
I think
way, that is funny though that Gautier is in Saudi.
why is that?
The man got email leaked that he was complaining about having too many Muslim players in his squad, and everyone was on Ramadan. And you cannot win anything if you have too many Muslim players in the squad. And now he's coaching in Saudi. Is that a real or is it a joke?
That's kind
Honestly,
of funny.
which these all are alleged, by the way. Uh,
Alleged.
like there is the emails, but we don't know the context.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Like really, he was really upset with the board and with the ownership, and he went like, "Fuck me, I have 7 Muslim players and all of them are on Ramadan. How I'm gonna win it? You blaming on me, or things like that."
Well, at least maybe in Saudi Arabia, the playing field is level, right? It's level playing.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, it's like all the league stuff.
Right. So yeah. Um Taremi and Davis under Conte without Pulisic on the counter would be unbeatable. No, Lurk under Conte, maybe one of these players is going to be playing. Everybody else is going to be a defensive-minded player. Okay, so yeah, so let's see what happens. It could be a big week for Pioli. Let's see what happens with Pioli. Sandro Tonali Otto says, "Hey guys, I literally saw a dream that we thrashed Fiorentina 6-1. What are your thoughts?"
Keep dreaming. I like it.
Okay, so what we know about Fiorentina is that Fiorentina is good at holding the ball. So, and we are similar. I think our stats are just a little bit better altogether. The stats. I think we are second team right now with the best ball possession, and Fiorentina is fourth. So they have quality. It's going to be a difficult game, as always. Against Fiorentina, it always seems difficult when we play against Fiorentina. But I honestly don't know, man. I don't know what to expect. I just know that this is a must-win game. Like, this is, there's no ifs and buts. Like, even a tie can be bad. Like, this is a must-win game. I honestly don't know how it's going to go. We'll find out tomorrow. Do you have any ideas?
So Pulisic will be on the left, yeah? Which
Yeah.
I don't mind. I actually think it's a good thing. On the right, probably Chukwueze. Or unless he plays Romero because he needs Chukwueze fresh for the Champions League game. Because he knows he will not have Leao, so he needs to start Pulisic, Chukwueze, and Giroud. It is weird, man, because again, we don't have enough players.
Yeah.
Maybe
so,
rest as Giroud as well to play for Borussia Dortmund game.
Oh no,
So he
Giroud is
plays
not
Jovic.
available. Giroud is
It's not available. What
Giroud
happened
is
to
not
him?
available for 2 games in Serie A because of a red card he got in the
This
last
is
game.
the second game. Oh yeah, he got a red card. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
okay, I
the
got it now.
probable formations right now is the usual players in defense. The usual 4 in defense. The midfield, I saw a report saying that Pobega might be starting, so maybe there's issues with one of the other midfielders. I don't know, but the trio up top, and it is the only players they have available up there, is Pulisic on the left, Jovic center forward, Chukwueze on the right. And of course, we will talk about the big topic of the week, but we'll get there a little bit later. So it's a very limited squad. Also, Kjaer is not available for the game. Kalulu obviously is not available for the game. So defensively, we're short. Offensively, we're super short. Midfield, I think midfield, nobody's missing in midfield. I'll double check. What does that tell you about the shortness of the offense? Do you think it's going to be a problem?
Of course, I don't think we're winning. Now that you're telling me the formation and the player that are not available, I don't think we're winning. No chance. Impossible to win that game for us.
Really? You're sure?
Is it Fiorentina Milan? We're playing
No,
away.
Milan, Fiorentina.
Mm.
Yeah, and also as far as I know, which I'll just double check right now, Fiorentina has some absences too. But we have some very heavy. I mean, pretty much our team has been Leao dependent. It really has been Leao dependent. So this is also a big test to see what this team looks like without Leao.
But you're right. Midfield will be Pobega and somebody else plus Ruben Loftus-Cheek that will start as a number 10. Romero on the right, probably. So no, we're not winning this game. No chance that we're winning this game with Jovic up front. Impossible.
The ex Fiorentina fans are scared he's going to score.
I mean, if he scores, Fiorentina should just retire from Serie A. They should just go in Serie B and say, you know what, we don't deserve to be in Serie A. They get a goal from Jovic. The man is.
So you're convinced we don't stand a chance?
No, we don't have a chance to win it. Maybe we draw. No chance of winning. Absolutely zero chance.
Mm.
I'll be super surprised if we fucking win that game. I'll be like, we won a Champions League final. I'll be so surprised. Is it tomorrow? What time?
Yeah, it's the evening game tomorrow, I believe.
The evening
Yeah.
game in Europe, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, it's gonna be horrible to watch, but it's fine.
I'm going to get the probable formation from La Gazzetta because we're going to show both teams. I'm going to put that on the
It's quite
screen,
accurate. It's accurate, good it.
and we'll see. We'll compare the two formations, and we'll kind of do an analysis. Okay, let me share the screen. I got it right here. Okay, here we go. So this is the formation. As you can see, the defense is supposedly our best defense. Magnan, Calabria, Chao, Tomori, Hernandez. The midfield, according to Gazzetta, oh my God, this is the midfield. Musa, Reindeers, Pobega. This is a very inexperienced midfield, especially for Serie A. Aside Pobega, but Musa and Reindeers. So for some reason, Loftus-Cheek is not available. Why is
No,
that?
he's available, but he's not playing.
Okay, yeah, he is available. All right, I see that.
I think Pioli doesn't want to risk him at all. He wants him to start against Borussia Dortmund.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's the other thing, Laird, that Milan historically, when they manage Champions League games, they don't do well in Serie A. This is a historical thing that has repeated itself. So hopefully, well, let's see. Okay, so this is the formation: 4-3-3. Chukwueze, Jovic, Pulisic. Now on the other side, they have Terracciano, Biraghi, Milenkovic, Quarta, Parisi, Duncan, Artur. That's a better midfield than our midfield. Brecalo, Bonaventura. That's better midfield than our midfield for sure. Beltran. I don't think they have great at goal scoring threats, but that midfield is definitely better than ours.
They're gonna, we no chance of winning this. How the fuck are we gonna win this?
Zero chances.
You know, in the last 3 years, no, in the last 4 years of Milan, you know, since I've been, since that 5-0 loss against Atalanta, probably this is the first time that I see the formation and I say, we are not fucking winning this. No chance. I always felt a bit like, oh yeah, there is a good chance. There is hope. There is something to believe. This is the only time that I'm 100% sure that we're not winning. At least my feelings. I never felt so discouraged.
Yeah, for me, what kind of gives me a little bit of what I think what balances things out is that Fiorentina maybe up top they're not the best, but let's not underestimate Fiorentina. Fiorentina is 3 points away from us.
Exactly. It's a good team. They play
Yeah.
good football. They are solid. I don't think they concede a lot of goals as well.
They have conceded 2 goals more than us. They have
That's
scored
good.
2 goals less. They've scored 2 goals less, and they conceded 2 more. So it's pretty balanced. Essentially, what this says that it's pretty balanced. You know, like maybe Milan has had so far a slight edge, but as far as points goes, they're only 3 points behind us. They've scored 2 goals less than us. They've conceded 2 goals more than us. That's the difference in the goal. That's the goal difference between us and them. Now, midfield wise, I mean, they definitely have more experienced midfielders that know the Serie A better and know these
They
games.
have 5 midfielders, the way it looks, the formation. Because it looks like Gonzalo, Brecalo, they are not proper wings. They are more like
Yeah, they're attacking midfielders.
attached to the midfield, yeah. So they have like 5 midfielders. It will be so crowded in the middle. They will kind of almost dominate our midfield in terms of numbers.
Now, Pioli said that, now, and the reason why I put this comment up here, he says, Italiano isn't dumb. He'll play defensive and hit us on the counter, and Pioli will go into the match thinking we're playing Napoli and go all out attack. So, I don't know. Maybe he will. But Pioli was saying today, and I agree with Pioli that, Fiorentina will play the way they know how to play. I don't think Fiorentina is going to change the way they play. They haven't done that so far. They play the way they are built to play, which is to hold the ball, possess, and play Italiano's game. So Pioli mentioned in the press conference that he is counting on the space left in the back. So I think Pioli is thinking of playing a more defensive game, and he's expecting Fiorentina to hold the ball and be the more dominant team on the ball, and then hit them on the counter. So that's what I kind of got from Pioli today.
Yeah, I mean, Pioli he will be super conscious because he knows he has a weak formation. He's in a weak spot at the moment, so he will not risk it. And man, literally, fuck me, Inter's gonna get the second star. Oh my god, Jesus Christ!
Come on, Juve,
Man.
help us.
How embarrassing! The summer we spend 130 million. Inter is gonna fucking get the second star with Arnautovic. Jesus Christ, Jerry Cardinali, man. What a nightmare of a person.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the next big topic, which is Camarda. So let's look at the subs. So our subs, we have Mirante Nava. I don't know why do we have. Well, I guess okay, we have two goalkeepers. So Simic from the Primavera is joining the squad. Florenzi is going to be there. Bartesaghi from the Primavera. We do have good options coming from the bench from midfield. I got to say, we have Krunic, Loftus-Cheek, and Ali. So in the long run of this game, I think we're pretty set. We're pretty good. This is crazy. This is crazy.
18 and 15 years old. We have depth, Roy. Well, we have depth this season, mate. We have depth. At least this season we have depth. We had to spend 130 million because we had to create depth this season. We had to buy 11 players because we needed depth. That was the reply of the smartest brains of the people that joined this channel or the other channel.
Dude, have you ever seen anything like this? I don't think I've ever seen it ever. I'm seriously, since the first day I've ever started watching football, I don't think I've ever seen any team ever have their two substitutes, an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old.
I'm sure.
I think this is the first time.
Yeah, it happens probably one or two twice a season.
But you know what? Teams. Yeah, one or two times. Camarda is, if he plays, he will be the youngest player ever to play in Serie A. The record before him was a player from Bologna who was also 15, and he was 1 month older than Camarda, 1 month and a half or something like that older than Camarda. So this is an extremely unique scenario.
They told us at least we have bench this season. Is this a fucking joke? Simic Primavera, Bartesaghi Primavera, Florenzi almost dead. He's 33. Adli, Krunic, Romero 18, Camarda 15. This is our bench on one of the biggest moments of our season. Oh my fucking god.
That is insane. And also, let's look at the indisponibili, so players that are not available. Sportiello still not back. So what the fuck happened to Sportiello? Anyway, Kalulu 4 months. Chiair, da valutare, we're gonna see. Caldara 2 months. Pellegrino 2 months. Benacer still 1 month. Leao to evaluate. Okafor, yeah. So it's crazy, man. This situation here is crazy. Yeah, listen, the management completely messed up. But okay, so now Laird, looking at Fiorentina's bench, I'm starting to cater to more words to what you're saying. Like our chances are slim because in the long run, they are much better than us. They're in a much better position than us, especially offensively. They have Kwame, Sotili, Kone, and Zola. That's a big difference. That's a huge difference.
That's true, man. They have three options.
Barak also for the
Yeah,
attacking
man.
midfield.
Barat, Zola, and Icone, they would start for Milan in this game.
Yeah, yeah.
Looking at
All
the
of these
options here.
players, all of these players would be starting for Milan in this moment. Mandragora also is really good. Now the defense, I don't know about the defense. I think defensively we're in trouble. Actually, also we have two Primavera players for this. Oh my lord!
So let's
For
say,
this,
the referee is a classic Italian referee. Ciao gets a fucking yellow card in the first 45 minutes. I know that. Ciao Tomori gets a yellow card in the first 45 minutes. So you have to play Simic second half. You don't want to finish the game with 10 players. You don't want one of them to miss the other Serie A game. Simic is playing for sure. 100%.
oh yeah, of course, one of them is going to be playing. Are Bartesaghi or Simic, and Bartesaghi is not only an option for center back, but he's also I guess also Florenzi for Theo on the left. Yeah,
Zag is going to play as a centre back, yeah.
our defense and our attack tomorrow, when it comes to the long game, the subs, it's literally teenagers.
Send
I
me
don't
send
know.
me a screenshot of this, man. I need to have this screenshot when people tell me at least we have depth this season. I need that screenshot over there.
That is too funny, dude. Yeah, I'll send it. I'll put it in the chat, or I'll send it to you. Yeah, way too funny, man. Way too funny. Again, our midfield is not bad. Like on the bench, we do have a midfield coming from the bench. Very difficult game. Pioli very unlucky in this moment to find himself in this situation. But this is going to be a very difficult game, and this is so far. This is the first test of the Serie A because now the points are going to start to matter. And this game here, the points definitely do matter. Of course, it's the first game in the Serie A that the points are starting to matter according to how the table is going. But a little bit unlucky of Pioli to find himself in this situation in such an important game. And also, he has a big game coming up in Europe.
Pioli is not unlucky, man. He has everything to succeed this season. There's no excuses anymore.
Yeah.
He has fucking 15 years old in the bench, man, to win the game. He has everything he needs, man, to win the game.
Junior varsity Milan. That's funny. Yeah, no, listen, absolutely these players are young players. They have potential, absolutely. But there's a reason why when you look at Real Madrid's roster and you look at that bench, it's not players from the Primavera. It's all players that could be starters in big teams, So
Yeah.
of course, the quality and the experience of the bench matters a lot. Yeah, I mean, it'll be a great story to tell if we win tomorrow, and it's one of these kids to make the difference. It'd be amazing. It'd be great.
I mean, yeah. Can you imagine winning the game with Camarda's goal?
That'd be insane. That'd be absolutely insane. That'd be crazy. Okay, so let's talk about Camarda. Okay, obviously Camarda was not supposed to be a part of the game, obviously, but after after Okafor's injury, they put Camarda in because he's the next guy in line, essentially. Camarda is a starter of the Primavera, so the starter of the Primavera gets to be the next guy in line. As we said earlier, very unique situation, 15 years old. If he debuts, he'll be the youngest player ever in the history of the Serie A to debut in the Serie A. He was not even a professional. Milan had to get a permission from the FAGG to make him play.
Yeah, he doesn't have a professional contract. He's
Yeah.
not getting paid to play.
Yeah, he's playing for free.
Jesus, God, so embarrassing. How's it called? Labor.
Child labor.
Child labor. Jerry Cardinale, man.
Jerry Cardinale. Bruh, that's crazy.
Not even the Chinese and the Russians do that, man, anymore. The Americans, child labor.
That's insane, dude.
Jesus Christ.
That's like grade A banter, bro. That's grade A banter. Like, now we can officially say that Jerry Cardinale engages in child labor.
Fucking hell.
It's a joke, YouTube. It's a joke. Please.
No, it's true. He's not getting paid and he's playing at San Siro in 24 hours. In less than 24 hours. I guess people that earn millions.
Yeah. So a few stats about Camarda, physical stats. He's 184. So
wow,
he's tall. He's really tall. He's as tall as Chow.
No, Chow is 190, man. Chow is 190. Chow is taller than 184.
My bad. You're right. Yeah, he's 184. So he's tall. He's like a grown man. He's as tall as
clunky. 15 years old.
15 years old. Now, there was a picture of him training. There's a picture of him training, and he's next to Chukwueze. Now, we know that Chukwueze is a small guy, but he looks bigger than Chukwueze. So maybe it's not going to be too bad, the physical aspect. Maybe the physical aspect is not going to be too bad.
They're going to break him, man. I know that. I know that, man. He's a child. The question is, does he have hair in his balls? Because if he doesn't, they're going to break him.
Well, listen. Milenkovic is a fucking beast. He's a beast.
The guy's going to give him the elbow just for the fun of it, in my opinion.
Biraghi also is another guy that doesn't put, I'm not too very familiar with Quarta. Parisi, another one. So he's playing against grown-ups. He's playing against grown-ups. Now, listen, we've seen a crazy incident like this. I mean, we saw Pato. Pato was 16 when he played with Milan, or 17.
18. But he was playing in Brazil since the age of 16. Brazil professional football at the age of 16 with grown-ups. He was winning big trophies with São Paulo.
Yeah, it was
Not São Paulo, Porto Alegre.
It was in the. He was playing in.
He beat Barcelona. He beat Barcelona, the Ronaldinho Barcelona, for that final, the World Cup club.
Yeah. I remember.
But see, that's the thing. Pato at that time he was short, fast, agile, so he had the body to play the football he wanted. Camarda is gonna go on shoulder to shoulder, body to body, aerial duels with these guys. They're gonna break him, man. I think they're gonna break him.
Yeah, that's the thing to find out now. So other things that came out this week that was interesting is that Camarda obviously has been training with the seniors because they need him, and Pioli also according to some people been coming out of Milanello, that the trainers have been doing good. Like he's not showing to be any less than the other guys. So maybe lads, he's ready. Maybe the guy is ready at 15. Maybe it's one of those crazy things. It's one of those 1 in a million things where the guy is ready at 15. We'll see. I guess we'll have to find out.
I mean, yeah. If life surprises me, I'll be super happy about it. And I'm hoping that the guy scores tomorrow. But if things are the way I think they are, which the guy is extremely talented. I think he has an incredible sense of goal, sense of position, tactical awareness. He has all of those things. Great feet, great touch, knows how to use his body for sure. But we're talking about at 15 years old, that probably will go at the height of Ibrahimovic in terms of body. I think he will reach 195
Oh
in
my
terms of
man,
height.
dude. He's almost
He has
got 10
another,
more years, Laird, of growing.
and
He almost has
yeah,
10 more years of growing.
exactly. He's gonna gain another 10 centimeters, which for my American audience is what, 5 inches? No, 4 more inches.
3 inches and something.
Four.
What's
Okay,
four?
3.5. 4 more inches, 3.5 inches higher. He's gonna get higher. So now he's 6'1". 6'1". Yeah, 6'1". Now he's 6'1". He's gonna get 6'5", or for sure he's gonna get 6'5", 6'4". So
Mm,
and
mm.
more muscle on his leg, on his shoulders,
Oh yeah,
on his
that's for
abs,
sure. That's for,
his
and that's
neck.
yeah, like that's what I'm thinking. The core strength. The core strength cannot be the same level of the guys he's competing against tomorrow. It's impossible. It just can't be. Unless it is one of those exceptions, nature has made an exception for him,
Yeah, yeah. One thing for sure it can happen is that he can score an Inzaghi goal, like
Yeah.
corners, you know, counter. He does the right movement, and he finds himself alone in the box to do a tap in, things like that. He can do
Right.
that because when you are in those situations, the defenders lose their awareness, so you can punish them.
No, that's a great thing that you brought that up because Costa Curta had a very similar analysis to that, saying, okay, physically, obviously, Costa Curta thinks he is going to suffer. There's no, I mean, it's crazy not to think that he wouldn't, but Costa Curta said, his movements, his intelligence in the area, the way he peels off of defenders is very, very high level. And obviously, Costa Curta did the usual thing, which I don't think he should have done. He compared him to Pippo Inzaghi. But so that aspect of the game could be, the winning ticket for Camarda, using the intelligence to peel off in those moments that happen really fast, right? Where physicality is not the main factor, rather it's intelligence and movement. So yeah, maybe if he can do that tomorrow, that'd be fantastic. That would be fantastic.
One thing, he's gonna be more fit than Jovic.
Yes, Laird. And you know what? And I think this is a real Jovic must feel terrible because there's a lot of uh, high level names in the media, football names in Italy, um, saying that Camarda is better than Jovic. So imagine Jovic just read in the newspaper saying Costa Curta thinks that Camarda is better than Jovic and other people too.
Man, can I say something? Usually, people, ex-football players, they are quite polite with other football players when they evaluate.
Yeah.
So if ex-football players are telling me that Jovic is so bad, that means that he's really bad. Like you cannot hide it. Like
Yeah.
extremely bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what the chat says. He's not supposed to end up playing with his back to the goal or squashed in the box, but it can work very well if we're winning. So Fiorentina leaves a space. I'm sure that there's going to be many moments where he has to play back to goal, though. I'm sure there's going to be many moments like that. Yamal doesn't play against strong opponents. You think Yamal? Yeah. No, but I mean, I guess Yamal is ready. He showed to be ready. Camarda has to show us that
The
he's ready.
striker. He's Yamal the striker. He's a
winger.
one.
Winger.
So again, I explained it when the Pato situation. Pato was a winger. He was about being agile and pace and technique. So he didn't have to play close to the defender. He had to get the ball and run with the ball. So the defender was far away from him. Most of the Camarda game will be with the defender being on his neck.
Yeah,
if Yamal get marked by a 25 years old, doesn't touch the ball, but because his position allows him to be far away from the defenders, 5-6 meters away, he will never have that physicality challenge because he will have the ball.
Yeah, no, he's going to be playing with defenders on his back for sure. He's going to be playing right between the two central defenders, like in that pocket of space right there. So it is a different position. You're correct about that. There's no doubt about that.
For fact, we haven't seen a 15 years old striker um, explosion at the age of 15. Never in the history of football. Even Marco van Basten, he exploded at the age of 18, 17, not 15.
Yeah, yeah. Now I don't know all of football. In Italy, never for sure, never.
No, football, man. No, there is no 15 years old number 9 striker that plays at the highest level at the age of 15.
A number 9.
Ronaldo,
Yeah.
R9 was in Brazil still and was playing at the lowest level. He came in Europe at the age of 18, PSV Eindhoven.
Mm.
16, 17. 17 he came at PSV Eindhoven. And R9, again, is a guy that is not a classic number 9. Bobo Vieri started at an early age and was not performing well as well. He had
Well,
to.
no, he wasn't even close to being 15 when he got in the Serie A. I don't think he was a
He was
teenager.
not 15. You can name Lewandowski was not 15 when he was playing pro football with grown-ups and performing. It's a position that the tall number 9, Ibrahimovic, 16 years old at Malmo. That's it. Not 15. Not and again, they were not performing. They were doing okay. They were fighting and trying their best, but they were not.
Yeah. Totti started at 16. That is definitely true. He started at 16 as a attacking midfielder.
Yeah, attacking
Let's see.
midfielder, number 10s, different positions you can see.
Yeah, he's running around. Like listen, the number 9 position, especially when you play with one striker, is very difficult. It's probably the most difficult position to play because you have to be super smart. You have to be intelligent. Like if you don't work, the team doesn't go forward. If you don't do the layoffs, the team doesn't come up. If you don't finish, the team doesn't score. If you don't do your part, it's a keystone role. If a midfielder kind of fucks up here and there, you can still get away with it. But when the center forward fucks up, the team, like, unless there's superstars, you see the effects of the team.
Yeah, and I want to add something. When you have that situation, then Mike Magnan will need to release pressure and go for the long ball on Camarda. Is he going to win that aerial duel? Is he going to do that? Is he going to Giroud, 37 years old, 190, struggles, tough, World Cup winner, played with Chelsea, Arsenal, won the league in France, Champions League, 300 goals, 50 a pass goal with France. Struggles on those balls. Not easy to stop that ball, bring it down, or do that header to give it to Leao to the wing. It's hard as fuck.
That is one of the hardest things to do. That right there. Where you have these balls coming from you from 80 yards away in the air and you're jostling for position and then you have to touch the ball correctly and not lose possession. It's extremely difficult.
Martinez, struggle. Fucking Erling Haaland against Acerbi, struggles. Do you understand how difficult? People that think, oh, you can do it just in Italy, 15 years old, don't play. People that think like this don't understand that position. They never had a 60-yard long pass coming at you and the defender coming straight to your back with their shoulders. You don't understand what does it mean. The defender is going to push him. He's going to be so fucking hard.
We'll see. I think his weight is pretty surprisingly good for his age.
How heavy is it?
Now, okay, I saw some reports that were saying either in the 70s or 60 or mid 60s. But I think
not enough.
But I think if it's in the 70s for his age, it's not bad. It's not bad. It doesn't
be 78. for that body.
Well, let me confirm, because that is important thing to know. That is important to know.
He's lighter than CDK. You remember we checked CDK is tall. I think CDK was tall 187 and he weighed at 72 kilos, 75 kilos, something like that. He had like a 15 kilos, almost 10 kilos difference from his height. He should weigh at least 78 kilos, at least.
No, but Laird, at 15, you still have so much even if you're tall, there's still so much mass that
Exactly.
you're
That's
going
what
to
I'm
be running.
saying. That's why he's gonna struggle because he does not have that extra, 8 or 10 kilos that he should have to fight these challenges. But that kid Yamal, the Barcelona kid, he has his body weight already. The kid probably is 165, 170 tall, and he weighs 65 kilos. He has his body already. That's how his body gonna be until he retires. So that's why he's able to perform at the age of 15.
Just looking for his weight. One thing. So 184. Yeah, I don't see weight. Give me 1 minute here.
I think he has.
Oh my
It,
lord! Please tell me this
oh,
is not true.
what is his weight?
62.
No way, man. He's 20 kilos under what it should be.
Well, I don't know if this is updated, but what I found right now says 62.
Fuck me. I told him he's gonna get break. They're gonna break him. Oh fuck. Dude, Jovic better stay fit until the 75 minutes. Because if Jovic gets injured 10 minutes, the game starts. The kid needs to play 90 minutes with 62 kilos on his body. That's no, they should not. This is this is this this is criminal.
Listen, I don't know if this is updated, though. Okay, I don't know if this is updated. It's just the first thing I found. It looks. I don't know if this is updated because I saw different numbers. I saw 70 something. I think I saw 78 somewhere else. So I don't know if what I saw right now is updated.
78 because 70. If he was 78, he will have a massive body. He will look good. You will see it. Wow, this guy is ready. Because 78, 84 kilo, 80, 180 as a high is a pretty good ratio. I think he's around the range of 70 kilos, the way it looks.
Yeah, maybe that was old. Yeah, because 62 kilos looks pretty light. If you look at the pictures of him with the seniors, he has the muscle mass. He actually does seem to have a muscle mass. So maybe the website I'm seeing is a little bit is not updated.
So, Roy, I'm 180 tall. I
Okay.
think it's 5'11" in America. I'm 180. If I weigh 65 kilos, I need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, you're
I
anorexic.
cannot do any sport apart from a marathon.
Yeah, right. You're on the verge of death.
Yeah, I'm not. You know what I mean. I need to eat. That means I
Yeah,
haven't
that's
eaten
anorexia.
properly.
That's
Yeah.
like your bones.
Yeah.
That's the weight of most of your bones, pretty much. Well, no, but no, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw another place that said 70 something. And again, if you look at the pictures of him with the other players, the seniors, he does look like he does have a mass. Pioli said,
Show me the pictures. Show me the pictures, man. Put the pictures and share them.
okay, let me get it. Pioli said that he's got a lot of talent, and he said talent does not have age. Pioli said he's ready. Pioli literally said talent has no age. He's ready. He's ready to go. He's ready to play.
Fuck yeah, man. Why didn't play in the game before then? If he's ready to go. Why is playing Jovic? Oh, Pioli, poor Pioli, man. He's telling what they told him to say.
Yeah, of course.
Pioli is in his mind is telling Fulan is a dickhead that gave me Jovic. But his mouth is saying, oh, he's ready. He's ready to go, man. If he's ready, play him. Don't play Jovic. The
Yeah,
guy has
that's what a
500
lot of
goals.
people. That's what a lot of ex players are saying.
He's not
That's what a
ready. That's
lot of
why.
ex players are saying. I'll find it. I'll find it.
But of course, the coach, that's the coach. That's what the coach should tell him. So he goes in with beliefs and
Yeah, yeah, of
focus
course.
and don't get scared because more you get scared, more you get injured. So
I mean, listen, in all fairness, the kid is playing against 19-year-olds,
yeah,
the older, he's like players that are 4 years older than him. And he's scoring against players that is 4 years older. So there's something there. Obviously, there's something there. But it's a big ask. Tomorrow is a monumental ask.
bro. I think the pictures are on the top, the right top. I saw. Is that the number 9? Watch all
I,
Francesco
I'm
Camarda
not
go. Oh, no.
sure if it was because there's a. Let me see.
By the way, Camarda is playing. So all those people are saying
Hold on.
why Camarda is
I'll
not
find it.
playing. He should play. He should play. Now he's playing. It looks solid though.
Let me just see if I can find a picture.
Man, this guy, if he doesn't get injured, if you know, if God bless him, the
Okay,
challenge,
I
man,
got
for
it.
big thing. Found pictures?
Give me a second. Oh my. Yeah, found it. All right, here we go. Let me share it. This is the picture. Larry, what do you think? He's ready, right?
I think he's ready, man. Jesus Christ, come on, man. This is when Calabria started playing football with Milan.
Let me see. No, there was where is it? It's not here. I thought I saw the picture here. Never mind. I guess it wasn't this one. I'll find it. I'll find it. You know what? It's in the WhatsApp chat. It's in the WhatsApp chat. Let me show you.
What? Why isn't the WhatsApp chat?
I'll show you right now. And then you tell me. It's from an article from Sempre Milan, so I would have to find it, and I'll find it. I'll find it, but let me get it.
Calabria's a 9.
Here it is. All right, check it out. And the seven position is different, but we also know Barca players get hacked a lot more due to skill level. Yamal is also scoring for Spain national team. If you're good, you can play. Yeah, maybe he is good. We will find out. Tomorrow is. I mean, I don't know if tomorrow it's fair to judge tomorrow's performance. Honestly, I think tomorrow's game is going to be extremely difficult. It's going to be a super difficult game. The pressure is crazy because tomorrow, if we don't win tomorrow, guys, this could be a big blow. This is not. This is a really bad game for Camarda to come in and play. If you want to grow a player, I mean, there's a lot of weight behind this game. The kid is playing, and he could be a phenom, but he's a child. He would have to have Herculean strength to beat men. Blair, what did you see the picture? Larry?
Can you hear
I
me?
don't.
Sorry.
I can hear
I
you.
think so. The picture, it looks more developed than a 15 years old. If I see that picture, I wouldn't think he's 15. I would say he's 18.
Yeah,
So his body is growing
rapidly.
faster, yeah, than normal. He's um how you say it, predestinato.
Hmm.
It looks like even nature is on his side.
Right.
So I don't think he's 60 kilos. No, he's not 60 kilos.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
chance.
That doesn't look like 60 kilos.
It's no chance. He
He
will look,
developed fast, really fast.
yeah. So that means his hormones are kicking asses at the moment. So he's growing like like a cake in the oven.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get bigger and stronger and
Yeah, he's gonna
faster.
become he is gonna become like Ibra. He's gonna become that kind of body type.
If I told you, if injuries don't stop him and don't kind of are on the way of his development, he's gonna be. He can be one of those World Cup winners for Italy, one of that
Maybe.
generation.
Yeah, maybe.
So
For sure. Now, listen, what do you think of the idea that I think Camarda is more technical than Haaland, Ricardo's. I think he's more technical. But what do you think of the idea that he's so young, he shouldn't be put in the spotlight, the media, like we see that it's very difficult to manage that situation when you're like, a superstar, you're the king, and sometimes that kind of, if you don't know how to um how to absorb that kind of attention, it might take away from your game and then you might lose yourself. What do you think about that aspect?
sorry, I think it doesn't work for him because he's still scoring goals. He's still minding his business and playing football. So he's focused on the football. It doesn't look like the all that attention is disrupting him. So I would say he's not that personality type that he will be disrupted. And earlier he deals with that, better is for him. So early he kind of get used to that attention and understands that it's nothing, special, and better is for him to progress in his career. So I guess he's getting a lot of attention, and if he deals with that in the right way, it will just be better for his future career. That's what I think.
Okay, yeah, that's
And
a
he's
that's a good
a
take.
point,
It's a
important
modern.
point, yeah, important point to make. He's the kid of the social media generation, so he's used to social media. For him, social media is nothing special. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that is that. I was thinking about that too, actually, as you were saying that. Pete
The
has a comment.
generate, yeah. Sorry, but go for it.
No, no, no. Go finish. Then read Pete's comments for you.
Yeah, for him, social media is completely normal. So it's not like the kids of the 90s, the football players of the 90s. they were young when social media was started to become a thing. So they got kind of tricked by that magical fame, and they completely lost it, like Neymar, Balotelli, all these guys. So that's why the '90s never had a massive talent. We're still giving Ballon d'Ors to players that were born in the '80s. The '90s generation, the good ones, are from the '99, '98, the late '90s, because they grow up as a teenager or as a kid with social media being normal. So this kid is not gonna suffer that. We'll be fine.
No, I agree with you. I think you nailed it. I think because of social media and all of this, it's become normal. It's become normal to be in under the spotlight. And you're totally right. In the past, it wasn't like this. I agree with what you said. I think the transition won't be bad as bad. Um. So yeah, I'm. What do you like? You can respond to this.
Uh, Pete, man. Of course, sure.
uh,
Definitely he has hair on the balls.
but those hormones are fucking going crazy.
Fucking crazy, man. He should not see a pussy, man. Let him dream about it. Or he's not gonna be the talent we think he's gonna be if he dips the biscuit.
Gorilla says something that we said earlier. The point is, why is being reduced to calling up a 15-year-old? It's shocking situation to be in. Ownership and management have left us in quicksand, and that is the sad. There is the cool thing about it is that finally, guys, we've been talking about Camarda for what 2 years now since he was 13. That's crazy, by the way, and probably even more than that. And all of a sudden, here he is. He's in the first team. He's going to be on the bench. He's going to be at the San Siro. We're going to see him. We're going to show him. He might even play tomorrow. That's crazy. So that's the cool part. But the way we got to that is sad as fuck, especially with what they tried to sell us this summer. Yeah, it definitely is a shocking situation.
Gorilla, we have, man. We have depth. We have depth. Don't worry, man. This year we have depth. We're sorted. Do you remember when John replies to me? Oh, we had to spend under 30 million because we needed 11 players to build depth. That's how John replies to me. Why we spend under 30 million? And I'm telling you, if you keep Salamakers and Messias on that right wing, you can actually spend under 30 million on more other players in other positions. You can actually have a striker instead of calling a 15 years old Camarda.
Speaking of strikers, Jonathan David, incoming January, maybe. And I think Nathan is correct here. Without UCL, David won't come. I don't know for sure, but
I
it's
don't
more
think it may matter.
it's more difficult. Jonathan David and Pete says, stop with this Jonathan David nonsense. People talking like he's going to be our savior in the striker department. Now, is that going to change anything if we do get Jonathan David? Like, well, obviously, it should be a huge upgrade from Jovic. I'm assuming.
Oh,
So,
yeah, massive.
So in that sense, yes, you would think that a Jonathan David is going to bring you something more than what we have. Is he going to be like? What do you expect from Jonathan David if he comes? Because it is the hottest name that we're being linked to.
So I'm not expecting that anything will come in January because I want to keep my expectation low so I don't get, disappointed. But if he comes, it will be an improvement for sure. An improvement on Jovic. If I go and play for Milan, it will be an improvement for Jovic. So Jonathan Day will be a massive improvement. On a lot of levels, it will be a massive improvement on Giroud as well. Energy level, pace, even technique, and so it will be an improvement for sure. And you're paying for that improvement 40, 50 million. I don't know what is the price tag.
Yeah. I'm reading some crazy numbers for the winter market. Rumors make no sense to me because it seems like this is what they actually want to do. They want to get a defender, a midfielder, and a striker. They want to get 4 players, and these are expensive players. Jonathan David is top of the list. It's like, how much are they planning to spend in the winter? Like, where is all this money coming from? So now all of a sudden they have money. Like, what's going on?
Before, what they were saying, we need to sell to do a mercato because we don't have money. And now we're gonna fucking spend 200 million in 6 months. Oh boy, who the fuck? Does anyone know
It's
what's going
Bowley,
on?
dude. It's the Bowley. It's a Bowley syndrome.
Honestly, Roy,
Just
if we
what's that?
if we buy a lot of players in January, that means we have money. So the excuse that we need to sell players to do our transfers
Oh yeah.
they use during the summer, is that still valid?
But listen, I
Are
don't know
they
if
are
it's
they gonna come to this live and say, "Oh, I was an
oh
idiot actually saying that"?
you know what, Laert, and so Furlani had an interview recently, and obviously a lot of these questions were asked, and he said, "Yeah, most." He didn't say it, but he said keeping players is very difficult. That's what he said, and he said
Mm,
he kind of suggested that yes, players will be sold if like there's nothing stopping us from selling players. Essentially, he did suggest that.
yeah.
So regardless that they do have money, they're still going to sell players. They probably want more money, but I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. I don't. How the fuck is Milan going to spend all this money in winter though? How are you going to? You have to get a defender, right? You have to. They said they
No,
wanted
no. Pellegrini is coming in a month. No, he's coming back in a
two
month,
2 months.
2 months. Oh, okay. Yeah, you need a defender. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know if this is true though. Like how I don't see the math doesn't add up to me.
Yeah, but which defender you need? Maguire can come for free.
Okay, so there was a report saying that Miranda, this guy called Miranda from Betis or something like that, that this
I thought it was
I
Miranda, the guy that used to play for Inter.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you, Laird. When I read these names, I'm like, oh Jesus, like
You never know. There is a hidden gem there,
oh, I mean, yeah,
like
but
the Korean player that Napoli found out in Turkey.
oh,
There is some hidden
hmm.
gems over there, but
Anyway, so I'm just asking myself, where is this money coming from? That's all I'm asking myself. Like, if it's true, if it's true. Oh yeah, and we're linked to Guarasi because he has his release clause is low or something like that. His contract makes it easier to get him. Um, oh, the growth decree stops in January. I don't think Milan will sign anyone in the winter window. Now, the growth decree, I don't know for sure if in Italy, yes, the growth decree stops. They're going to stop it. But in sports, there's conflicting reports. Some people are saying that they're not stopping it, and some people are saying that they are. And I have read both. I have read both reports. Did you know
I
about this?
think
Greg?
I think the fiscal year in Italy ends in April, so definitely the law will be activated in January. but you will end the fiscal year still with that type of operation. So, if it makes sense to explain it to you,
Yeah,
Leao
no, I
is
got
on
it.
that type of contract. He will stay until that contract ends on the growth, the Decreto Crescita. And I guess because the fiscal year ends in April, if you do a transaction in January, you still are allowed to go with the growth law until April. After that, with the new fiscal year, so new balance sheet and everything, you cannot hire any more employees with that type of contract. That's what I would assume because it will make it really complicated because companies, corporates, they plan the fiscal year, so you cannot change them the rules like this in the middle, especially contract, the tax payments and things like that. So that's what I'm assuming. It will make
Yeah,
more sense, at least for football businesses, that the fiscal year ends in April to go for that way.
yeah, and also again, I don't know if they're going to take it away from sports and also um, other like jobs. I think in the entertainment industry or something like that. So that needs to be confirmed. That needs to be confirmed. But Furlani did talk about the Decreto Crescita, and he was very upset at the suggestion of it being taken away. He said Decreto Crescita is the main reason why Italian football is doing so well right now, and it is something that they must not take away. He was very adamant on that, and we know this because they exploit it. Now, for me, this has been for me and other people, especially that are very tied to the national team. This sucks because it means that they're always going to get players from out of the Serie A, and that means that Milan will never have an Italian national core. Which, whatever, it sucks, but it is what it is. Um, and the other thing that I don't like about this is that it creates this narrative thinking that Italian players are not good enough to play for me, which is not the case. It's just they want to save money. That's all it is. Um, so I'm not surprised that he came out really strong, saying, "Yeah, that law must not be taken away. It is the most important thing that has happened in Serie A. It is the main reason why Serie A is competitive." And to a certain degree, Laird, it's not wrong. If Leao is still in Milan in Italy, it's because of a decreto crescita, right? Because I don't know if otherwise. I think without the decreto crescita, Milan would be paying something like 12 million or close to 14 million for his salary or something like that. But they're paying 7 million total. So he's not wrong. But Milan just exploits it too much, right? That's my only issue with it. It's like you're exploiting it too much.
Yeah, but on the other side, you're not making money with your youth team because your youth team is out of the market because it's easier to get a youngster from Denmark or Belgium. So on the other side, your foundation of your football is crumbling because
Yeah,
your youth does not have a market to actually express themselves and grow. Teams like you cannot buy players out of Atalanta or Sassuolo or Bologna. So therefore, the league is not actually having a healthy cash flow inside the league, but all the cash is going outside the league to the Danish league, to the Norwegian or English.
exactly.
So that's
Exactly.
so this guy is that pretends to be a CEO does not understand the basic of an economy, which is the money of the TV rights goes inside Italy and goes straight away outside Italy in the summer because you go and get players that are outside Italy. So it doesn't
Uh,
stay in Italy and does not allow to grow. If you keep that money inside the league, or at least a majority of that money, allows every team to grow, allows the youth to grow, the talent to grow, therefore raise the value of the entire league.
no, no, you're absolutely right. And at the same time, like I do want to emphasize, like there's benefits to it. There are benefits to it. It helps. But you're right. It is a self detrimental thing that is ruining it's bringing down the domestic product essentially.
Roy,
What?
the most successful league in the world does not have that.
Yeah.
England does not have that. England is like, I'm not gonna allow a foreigner player to be a disadvantage of our local players in our local market because that damage our market. So England does not allow that is cheaper and easier to get a guy that is outside England instead of Declan Rice or Jack Grealish. Even though the English players are more expensive because the inflation of the Premier League and the fact that the teams are healthy, so they want a higher price for their players. Even though there is that, still uh, doesn't damage that. Italy can actually create a great environment, and it's not doing it because they keep going and getting those players outside Italy.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it will
Um,
help a lot if they close it. I honestly,
so
it was needed.
you think they should close it? They should completely close it.
Idea as a short term. So let's say your league is in a shit position, you're not attracting or keeping your major players. So you can do it as a short term to fix some situations. But after that, you need to close it because it's detrimental on the long term. Will be a disaster. It is a
So
disaster.
to play devil's advocate, how do you handle situations with Lao, right? Because Lao is
Him
with,
just get, but you have to pay him, man. Just understand that you have to pay him 14, 12 million gross. Stop with the
but
shortcut.
if the money is not there, how do you do it?
No, the money is there because if that law is not there, you pay Leao 12 million gross, but maybe you can get Scamacca for 25 million from Sassuolo because now the market is leveled. Because now uh, Scamacca actually can compete with the salaries because before Scamacca being in Italy, he cannot get the credit crescita. So therefore you cannot buy him. Now you can actually buy him. So you will buy other players cheaper. You will save on other situation. And by the way, just deal with that. Find a way to deal with that. I don't care. Find a way. There's not
But
a shortcut in life.
what if the repercussions of that is, yeah, okay, the domestic part of it gets better, but you lose the the Leaos, the Lautaro Martinez, these kind of
But you
players,
don't lose. I
Osimhen's.
don't, Roy. I'm sorry, man, but I don't believe Milan business is based on 4 million difference. Leao 7 million salary instead of 13, whatever, instead of 12. So 5 million. I don't think a business that generates 400 million revenues is tied to that fucking 5 million difference. So these motherfuckers, they should go on Wall Street and do accountants, not run a football club. That's the reality of things. If that is the major issue that you have in your balance sheet. Leao, instead of 7.5, 12 million. This is a joke. The guy delivers 30 goals contribution a season.
Mm.
5 million doesn't exist as a problem.
But what about how Inter deals with this situation, or Juve? Like these two teams, they use it when it's necessary, but they also do the domestic thing. They don't discriminate one way or the other. What do you think about
Because
that?
because they see it the way I see it. They are run by football
No, but what
people.
I'm saying, if Milan does it that way, like, is there a good reason to take it away?
Uh, what do you mean? Sorry.
No, like if basically it's managed the way Inter and Juve have been managing it, where they're not discriminating, they're not thinking about, oh my God, I got to make my corporation more money in 10 years. They're just thinking about football. Okay, this guy, he comes from the Serie A. I don't give a fuck if I have to spend more. They're not thinking. They are thinking of a decreto crescita, but it's not everything to them.
Because they know that at the end of the season, that guy, you will pay him 5 million extra, but it will deliver the 50 million revenue that the Champions League generates. It will deliver the full stadium. They see it on a bigger view.
Yeah, no.
America doesn't see those things.
But what I'm saying, if Milan starts to do it that way as well, is there a reason to take it away, the decreto crescita? Like, I think it should be taken away
No.
because it's
You need
exploited.
you need to take it away. You need to take it away because the youth is not finding space. The Italian youth is not finding space, and the Italian market is not able to export the youth. It's clumsy. It's not able. Does not have the prestige. Italian players don't sell well outside Serie A. So it's destroying completely the pyramid of football in Italy. The foundation is crumbling because the foundation cannot go from the base to the next level. These talent of the under 21, the how's it called, the Casadei, cannot be
Yeah.
bought by a Serie A team. Has to go to Chelsea and play with the youth of Chelsea. Casadei, 19 years old, best Primavera players, would have gone on loan, or if Inter has financial issue, Milan, Roma would have bought it for 25, 30 million. That's the reality. So you need to take it off. You need to close it. He was good. He was a fresh air to kind of give a bit of a boost to the league. You close, and now the league has a boost. Now the league has valuable players. Now the teams have good revenues. You don't need it anymore. There is appeal. The TV rights are good. The national team won the Euros. Close it. Tell all the clubs, renew all the contracts you like the most valuable players you have, because I'm closing it down.
Okay, one more thing, and then we can move on to something else. Sorry, you're about to finish something?
No, and when I say tell the club, tell them with a private email. On agents or whatever don't know. So you have an advantage on the market. Close the Teo Hernandez Leao deal, Mike Maignan deal, Lautaro Martinez, Vlahovic, all these deals. Close them down. Close the law and fucking operate normally, like every other league operates. Doesn't have this decreto crescita bullshit. It made zero sense. You know why Italy did it, Roy? Because when I left Italy 10 years ago,
I know it's got nothing to do with football. It's got nothing to do with football.
Thousands of bright people like me left Italy because it didn't find a job. It didn't find a way to actually make a living.
Yeah.
And the government realized, oh shit, we don't have youth. We don't have working power, knowledge. So they had to do this to convince us. But I'm not a needle. I'm not going back to Italy.
Yeah.
Even if they fucking give me money.
It's got nothing to do with football. The decreto crescita has got nothing to do with football. It's all about completely different things. So one more thing before we move on. What do you think of when I say Bastoni gets paid 12 million a year altogether, and Leao gets paid 7 million a year altogether? Gross, both of them gross.
I say that is possible, because if Inter is doing it and their finances are shit, that means it's possible. You can do it. And
but
you
is
can
it worth
do it.
Is it worth it though?
Yes, it is worth it, because our pocket change. They are pocket change. When the difference keeping your most valuable players or not keeping your most valuable players, the difference is 5 million a year. So that means 500k, 400k a month expense. That means it's nothing for Milan. That means zero. We're talking about Paris Saint-Germain keeping or not keeping Mbappé makes a difference of 150 million, and they still keep Mbappé.
Okay. All right.
So
interesting.
Actually, good point. Inter can do it. Lautaro Martinez, I don't think gets the decreto crescita. full. He gets full gross.
Let me check. I can check.
I'm pretty sure about that because he came at the time of Spalletti.
The Credito Crescita was put in 2019, I think.
He came at the time of Spalletti. Came quite early. He was 20 years old when he came at me, Inter.
I'll tell you
Came
right
5 years ago.
I will let you know right away. Let's see. Okay, so Lautaro Martinez does not get the Credito Crescita, right? Wait, hold on.
Lautaro, Barella, Bastoni.
Even Çalhanoğlu
Ak-
doesn't get. Even Çalhanoğlu doesn't get.
exactly. Çalhanoğlu, Di Marco. The other one, Mkhitaryan, probably doesn't get it.
Mkhitaryan.
The midfielder they got from Sassuolo, he doesn't get it as well.
Maybe Mkhitaryan does. Hold on, because his gross is pretty low. Maybe
There's no
Mkhitaryan
contract.
Maybe Mkhitaryan came to Italy after.
Nah, he came early before 19. He did
think?
a lot of years at Roma.
Let me see net, or maybe this is his salary. Maybe this is his salary. So net Mkhitaryan does 3.8, and gross it is 4.8. So yeah, he gets it.
Aslani doesn't get it. The other one, the midfielder from Sassuolo, he doesn't get it as well. The one they got from Sassuolo.
Yeah, Fratesi doesn't get it. Yeah,
Fratesi doesn't get it, and even who else doesn't get it? All the defenders basically they are Italian, so they don't get it.
yeah.
They've been in Italy. They never left Italy, so. And there is a reason why, how's it called, Selemakers didn't left Italy and went and played for Bologna because he loses the right of that Decreto Crescita and he has to pay taxes again. So that's why he stayed in Italy and went on loan with Bologna. So he can keep still this good net without ruining his gross.
Yeah. So listen, we will confirm this. We will do the research, but it seems like the law is going to be deactivated. But I think they're going to keep it in football, at least still for now. But it will be confirmed.
I hope they don't keep it. It's pointless at this point. At this point, it's honestly pointless because at the end of the day, outside Europe, we get talent that have low contracts anyway. So the gross of a 1 million net contract is 1.7, 1.6 instead of 1.2. So fuck it. Are we seriously now? Are we actually saving 200K on contracts? It's a joke.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
We'll see what happens. All right. This is a good topic here. It's a little bit unrelated, but it is a good topic. Roy, how you feel about Carlo looking over our national team, Brazil? We currently lost 3 games in a row, and the last versus Argentina was a blow. Don Carlo will make us win the 6th World Cup, Forza Milan. So a few things I want to say about that. First of all, I read an incredible stat, just a mind-blowing stat, that Brazil, in all its history, has never lost a qualifying game in Brazil. The first one they lost was the one against Argentina. We're talking about almost a century of football. They never fucking lost a game in Brazil in qualifiers. That's an incredible stat, first of all, that I learned this week. The other thing is, this is my opinion, take it how you want. I think it's a little bit of a blow to Brazilian football if Carlo Ancelotti becomes a coach. I think it's a defeat to Brazilian football if Brazil has to rely on a foreign coach. I think Brazil is too big of a footballing nation to have to rely on a foreign coach. It says to me that they are losing confidence in themselves and that they don't believe that they have what it takes to do it. So I wouldn't, if I was the Brazilian Federation, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I don't think Brazil needs a foreign coach. I don't think they do. I think Brazil is should maintain its pride and its pedigree and keep a Brazilian coach. As far as Carlo Ancelotti, he's a great coach. I think he can definitely do something. Um, I'm jealous because I'd rather see him with Italy, but I think it's a big blow for Brazil. What do you think, Larry? How do you see this? Larry, can you hear me?
Yes, sorry. What I was saying is, no, I see it differently from you, Roy. I see actually Brazil being humble enough to understand that they're through a phase where there is not enough talent to manage their national team. There's not a good coach, or it's just they understand that their football or their league, everything uh, is is a bit on the downgrade side. What used to be, of course, 15 years ago. So they're being humble enough to say, you know what, for the good of the nation and the good of the national team, we need to get the best coach in the planet, and at least the best coach in the planet to win a cup. And I think Ancelotti is the best coach in the planet to win a cup. So well done to
Statistically,
them.
yes.
Yeah, well done to them that managed to convince him, which that says a lot about the prestige of that national team. I think it's really hard to say no to Brazil. And Ancelotti told them yes, being already a Real Madrid coach. So that means that it was really appealing as a job. I see it, yeah, being humble and the good thing. So there is always like the cultural aspect. The good thing, Italians and Brazilians are really close culturally. Even though football is seen differently, Brazil sees more like an entertainment. Italy sees more like a must-win. Ancelotti is a bit in between of those two things, so I think he will read the room pretty well with Brazil and do a great job. Plus, he really has a great relationship with Brazilian players. In all his career, he had an insane relationship with Brazilian players. So
Um,
he really has a great relationship with Brazilian players.
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. What happened though? Like, why did it get to the point where you don't trust in your own product anymore as the
Because
federation? Because remember, this
because
is
they're
the
not good
federation.
enough. It's not
Yeah,
about
no,
trust. They're
no,
not good enough.
no, no. But what happened? Because they used to be good enough. They used to be the best.
No, no. The Brazilian coaches they never used to be the best. The players used to be the best. Brazilian coaches were were just good enough to do the job. They never overthink it. They were okay as a coach. It's never been the best. Just the players were insanely good. So the Brazilian coach historically they made the right choices, like the more sensible choices, but they
Okay,
never
sorry, I want to
reinvented
correct
football.
myself. I want to correct. Like, totally agree with you 100%. What I say when I say the best, I mean the Brazil has won the most World Cups. So basically, Brazilian coaches have won the most World Cups. That's what I mean. I do agree with what you're saying though. I do agree with what you're saying. But I just wanted to clarify. Go ahead.
Yeah. So when you lose the the leadership of creating the biggest talent in the planet, Brazil has lost that. We had an argument about this. I don't want to go back. This is my opinion. There was a moment in history that every position in the pitch, the top three players, one was always Brazilian. There was a moment in history. Now, if you pick the top three of every position in the pitch, probably you get one or two positions that is Brazilian. You don't get so. Plus, there was a moment in their history that the Ballon d'Or was Brazilian. 2 years later was another Brazilian. 2 years later was another Brazilian. They played the World Cup they won in 2002. Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or before. Rivaldo won it, and Ronaldinho will go and win it after 2 or 3 years. And Kaká in the bench is going to win it later. Do you
Okay.
understand what type of talent?
But if that is the source of Brazil's strength, why not work on that rather than try to reinvent, the game or something like that?
They don't have that anymore. They don't have. So Vinicius Junior will win a Ballon d'Or.
But they definitely have enough time to win a World Cup for sure. I mean, now I'm not saying that in 2002 there were clear favorites. There are years where you can't deny there were clear favorites, but they will always produce enough. Even this year, they had
No,
enough time to win the World Cup.
but my argument is that Brazil never won the World Cup with enough talent. They won the World Cup with excess of talent. Brazil needs excess of talent to win it. Now they don't have excess of talent. They have enough talent. They need a coach because teams that have enough talent to win, they need a proper coach. So Italy, when they won the World Cup, the fourth time they won it, they had enough talent to win it, not excess of talent. So that's why they needed a tactician to go to those finals. Germany the same. They had enough talent to win it, so they needed tacticians and football knowledge to go and win it. So basically, almost every national team had to deal with that. Brazil always won it because they had excess of talent. Like literally, you can. I'm not saying. I'm just exaggerating here. You can put an average coach, but with that amount of talent, he will not get it wrong. That's the point.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Okay. No, I totally respect your opinion on that for sure. I mean, I know I like Orlando says, which is definitely true. Actually, sorry, Orlando didn't say this. I read this wrong, but it is true. Like the players, I read Roy. The players want it. They want. They want.
Yeah.
Uh, they want Ancelotti. Now that is true. I know Orlando didn't write that, but that's what I read when he wrote it. But that is true. The players want it, so
I
yeah,
want to
I see
add
it my way.
something.
I do see it my way though. I do feel like it is a little bit. It's no, I feel it's a big defeat for them, but at the same time, you bring up great points for sure.
I want to add something, Roy. Another national team that won a World Cup for excess of talent, in my opinion, was France in Russia. And arguably, France in 1998 as well had a lot of talent, but not excess, I would say. Was good enough to compete with Brazil. But the France that won the World Cup
And food
in
poisoning.
Russia had excess of talent, had a lot of football players. The 22 that went there, they were almost everyone was good. Plus the generation that they're dealing at the
Oh no,
moment.
but yeah, this is for sure. When you
So
have a lot of
Deschamps is not
talent,
a great coach; just had excess of talent, and he got and won it.
no,
Um,
but yeah, for sure. When you have a lot of talent, the chances of you winning are exponentially higher for sure.
especially on such a clutch competition where literally you need clutch
Yeah,
players.
it's moments, and talented players are the ones that create the moments. So
Yeah.
Orlando says Uruguay are the new Brazil of the South now. Another very interesting thing about Brazil is that Brazil, guys, in this moment, which is very early still in the qualifying process, Brazil is sixth, far away from first post. Right? If this was the end of the qualifiers, Brazil wouldn't make the World Cup, which is pretty insane. I don't think we've
So
ever seen.
Ancelotti is going to be the coach without going to the World Cup? No, they will not do that. Are you serious?
That'd be insane. No, no, no. It's still very early, Larry. It's still early.
Oh,
I
they have
think,
a lot of games. They have a lot of
yeah,
games. Yeah, it just started. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's 18. It's almost like Serie A. It's almost like Serie A.
It's a big group, and the top
Yeah.
six goes. No,
Top five. Top five.
just 5 teams goes from South America. Okay,
Yeah.
definitely the number of teams that go to the World Cup needs to grow.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. Well, it
Um,
is 10 teams. It's 10 teams.
okay, 10 teams, 5 goals, 50%. It's a good percentage, to be honest. Africa is the worst one. I think they have the
Yeah,
lowest percentage in terms of amount of teams that compete to go.
yeah, I think so too. Or Asia also.
Asia doesn't give a shit about football, apart from of course the fans. But at the end, they don't play football. That's the thing.
Yeah. Um.
Oh, I want to add something about Brazil, just more like a geek, moment. That Brazil. Now that I'm thinking, they had Rivaldo, Ronaldo, Kaká, and Ronaldinho. Four Ballon d'Ors. At one point in their career, they had Ronaldo won two Ballon d'Ors or three, and Kaká, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, they will win it. They Rivaldo won it already, and the other two they will go and win it. They play for the biggest team in football history. All the four of them.
Yeah, that was a crazy talented team. It was insane.
That was Cafu. Cafu had played. Is gonna go and play his third World Cup final in a row.
Yep. By the
Roberto
way,
Carlos was the first left back to actually be an super offensive left back. It's insane technique. He completely Cafu and Roberto Carlos completely changed the interpretation of those positions. Completely
yeah, yeah, no, they're big players.
insane.
Yeah, that team was insane for sure. Okay, so the South American World Cup qualifiers. So far, they've played 6 games, but it's a total of 18 games. So plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Yeah, there
Plenty.
is time.
Okay, listen, Laird. I wanted to watch this video. I know
Fucking hell, yeah, man. We should have started the live with this. I've
yeah,
been
right.
waiting.
We're going back, but I have not seen this video. I've not seen it. This is the first time I see it. This is Francisco Camarda. This is a highlight reel video that came out yesterday, I think. So I'm assuming a lot of these are new. I don't know what to expect. We'll judge it together. We'll see.
I want to judge the comments though. I want to read the comments.
Okay, we'll do that after the game.
Okay,
Yeah.
the comment. Get rid of the comment.
Oh, my bad, my bad. So this was his goal against Newcastle in youth. This is Italy.
Udinese. He's good, man. Yeah.
He does look strong, you know. If you look at, I mean, he's a for a fifth. You
He
have to
doesn't look
remember, he's 15.
stronger. He looks stronger. See, this one was 12 months ago, I guess. So they
Yeah,
started.
yeah. His growth has been exponential.
Yeah, he grows a lot this summer.
This
Nice.
goal here is insane. This goal here is insane. The angle that he picks is I mean, you need a lot of courage to do this play. But look at where he is. He's on, on this side of the penalty box, and he picks. Well, I think he did this because he wanted to do. If you look at his body movement, but he picks the far bottom corner from this angle, this position. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't know, but this fucking play here and the way he contorts his body in the air to get that angle is crazy. I don't know if he did it on purpose or it was a mistake. What do you think of
No,
this?
I think he did it on purpose because I think he was he's not in a perfect position for
Yeah,
overhead
Exactly.
kick. You know what I mean?
It's not
So
a
you had
perfect
to,
position.
yeah, you had to do that to give a bit of power to the ball. And he
Yeah,
knows that the goalkeeper is on the first post, so he has to go on the second one to give him a bit of a challenge. That's why he decide to go for that. So yeah, it's I told you he's clever.
now this is against PSG, and against PSG in the youth Champions League. So it's also a huge goal in for the category, a big game also. So yeah, very impressed with this move in general. Just crazy.
Well, against Fiorentina, would you call him for the Champions League game?
I think he can play, right?
Primavera players can play. They're in a different list.
Yeah, I think he could. So you asked if he does well against Fiorentina?
Calling Jovic, just get him in the bench.
Give Jovic to the Primavera.
He has a powerful shot. Here is too young. He's a kid here. He has grown a lot, man. His
Yeah.
body is becoming taller and taller. The way he runs, he reminds me a bit Luca Toni, but he's much
Yeah, yeah,
faster. He's
yeah.
much faster.
And more technical.
Yeah, yeah. He's almost like a winger in terms of technical.
Right. Yeah, yeah. So he's going to be one of these tall, big players that it has technique. You know, that'd be
Our
great.
type of player, hopefully. Nice. He can be like a top Benzema level, you know what I mean?
He kind of does have a Benzema feel to him. You know, you shared a video earlier in the WhatsApp chat, and
Yeah.
looking at him a little bit. This goal here this goal here was the final of the Scudetto they won. This was the final game. They won 1-0, and this was the goal. So, scores in big games,
Fiorentina
scores in finals.
against a Fiorentina, Roy.
Yeah, yeah, against Fiorentina.
And
This
he's
was the
playing
final.
against Fiorentina.
All right. Yes, Lad. There you go.
It's destiny. Some short
Okay,
Italian
but
technical
now
players as well.
let's talk about this though.
This one.
What did you look? You see, now we're kind of seeing. I mean, he got himself a foul there, so
He wanted
maybe
a
Laird,
penalty. He
huh?
wanted a penalty. He
He won a
wanted a
penalty. So,
penalty.
oh, you think he did it? He wanted it.
Yeah, he did it on purpose. He could have stayed there. Stand. He could have stand. You can see it. Bam.
But if he does get fouled in the area, it's good. We like that.
See, they're not gonna allow to do these things. So I'd say, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It is a little bit of So technically, he's got good feet. You can see he's got good feet. Now he knows what his pace is, so he's not going to take the player on pace if he knows that he's not faster. But he does have
Man,
pace.
he's impressive technically.
Yeah, he's for his age. Yeah. Um, and then like the goals with the head. Huh? Like this is a
Dude, let me see this fucking highlights properly. You're going up and down. Huh? See, nice. Look at that pass. OP.
Well, he probably didn't score that goal.
They got it. Nice.
No, yeah, he's got technique.
Look
Well,
at the way he turns.
hold on, let's look at it again.
Go
Yeah,
on.
that's tight. He's got the ball tight on his feet.
Nice pass.
Those
This
are
thing is not gonna be able to do it against Fiorentina.
yeah.
He must be a joy to watch in the training ground.
Now listen, I again, I don't want to go too crazy. There was if you watch a full game of his, like you don't see him a lot of the games, right? Like I've seen some of the youth games because they show them. They usually show them live. Like you don't see much of him, so it's not like he dominates games. At least so far. Maybe he does. Maybe at least the games that I saw, it's not like he's always on the ball. He's like the last guy. He's usually the last guy. Everything plays so he has the last move. So that's another thing to consider that the highlights won't show you.
Yeah. No, but in the training ground, when he plays, those drills and those tight spaces games, when you touch the ball a lot, you're involved a lot because it's a different type of game. It must be a joy to watch him play because probably he has an insane first touch, great awareness, vision as well. Probably he gets rid of the ball quickly. Great decision making, probably for his age. Focused, pace. Uh, hopefully, man.
Yeah,
Hopefully, Cardinali leaves early soon, so
yeah.
he
I
can
mean,
join a
listen,
massive club.
but the thing is this, like, he could totally be a flop too. Yeah,
Mm,
that
flop tomorrow,
yeah.
yes. Tomorrow he can be a flop, of course. As a career, he has to have a major injury to be a flop. I don't think he will get lost.
No, you don't.
No, he needs a major injury, like massive injuries.
Hmm.
If he doesn't have a major injury, he's not gonna get lost. He will be a good professional football player. And now, if people think scoring 20 goals in Serie A for Lazio is getting lost, people don't understand football. What I think is
No, that's good.
Camarda is gonna
I
be
like that
a Serie
you're.
A goal scorer. Kamada is going to be a Serie A goal scorer. If he doesn't get a major injury and he has a normal progression,
I mean,
he
it
will
does
be.
look like it's going that way. I mean, in the end, look, all the players that we see in the Serie A, at least the guys that come from the Serie A, were in Camarda's shoes. They were 15. They're going through the academies. They're doing the Serie A, the U16, the U17s, and some of these guys, the guys that had that drew the most attention, are the ones that you see now in Serie A. So, in theory, the pathway is this one. Nobody's drawing more attention than Camarda, not only in Milan but the whole world. If you look at Fabrizio Romano post on him, you have people from all over the world saying, "Wait, is this the guy that scored 500 goals in 80 games?" Blah blah. You have a lot of these kind of comments. So yeah, usually these are the players that end up being, the ones that we see right now. So the possibility is always there, though.
I see. So he's doing everything perfectly. So every level he plays, he scores a lot of goals. And he's playing on a Primavera. He's doing a Primavera season at the age of 15, and he has how many goals in Primavera in Italy?
I think
6 or 7.
a little bit more than that.
That's 12
Well,
between
I'll
Champions
check.
League and
I'll see if I can find some stats on him. I did see them, but I can't remember what they are. I think it's 13 games, 8 goals, but that's not
so
counting assists.
so he has 8 goals in 13 games. So if he goes with this level, the man will have at least 16, between 15 and 20 goals a season. That is a kid those levels allows you to go to the first team. If you are 18 and you do 20 goals in Primavera, you are on the first team. That is a guy that I am saying should be on the first team. No, not Nasty or Rockback or whatever the guys were saying. He should be. Pioli should call these kids. These are not good. These guys score 3 goals a season in Primavera. These guys are not good to be. But if Kamada scores 20 goals, he is ready. He can go for the first team, train for the first with the first team,
Oh,
and
and
have another season in
also not
Primavera.
only that, at the U17 Italy, he scored 4 goals in six games so far. He scored 4 goals plus assists.
Machine,
Eh,
man.
Let me see if I can get his stats.
Has already 15 goals in this season.
Okay. So, oh shit. Oh, okay, no. Sorry. So Primavera. Wait, what? So he's got 7 goals in 13 games. He's got 7 goals and 2 assists. 7 goals and 2 assists, plus the national team goals. So it's 7 goals and 2 assists in 13 games.
Yeah, and what about the Youth Champions League?
3 goals and
15 goals.
two assists.
That's 15 goals in a season right
No.
now.
That's everything. That's everything. Actually, in the Primavera, he only has 1 goal and 1 assist. In
Oh, okay.
in the youth league, he's got 3 goals and 1 assist. In the Primavera Coppa, he's got 3 goals.
Okay, so he's not ready, man. He's not ready for Serie A. Pioli is lying to us. They are great numbers anyway because he's 15. The
No,
kid
but
is
in
15,
total,
but
it is great numbers. Like
it's
nobody has
insane
those
number.
kind of numbers. And Lart, honestly, the youth league, the youth ones are super impressive. They're very impressive.
If he
Because
plays
that,
with his age, if he plays with the under 16, he has already 10, 12 goals now.
oh yeah. If he's playing with his age, this guy is like triple everybody else.
He's bullying the other kids.
Yeah, but in youth cup, youth league, Champions League, 3 games, 3 goals, 5 goal contribution in 3 games, and one of those goals, beautiful goal against Arsenal, beautiful goal against PSG, like that. That is heavy stuff. That is what we want. We want players that win big games in Europe, and if this is who he is, good, very good. And then we saw
Yeah,
that. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
okay. So, but those numbers tells me that he's insanely good for a 15 years old, and
Yeah.
he's handling 19 years old people against him. But he's not ready for Serie A. Those are
Oh
not
yeah,
numbers
for sure,
that
for sure.
makes you ready for Serie A.
There's no way he's ready for Serie A. There's no way. I mean, there's no way. But like, listen, if he plays well tomorrow, let's say he does play well tomorrow, I still don't expect him to start over Jovic in the next games. Like, I think the best thing, the best thing that can happen to Camarda right now, which is fantastical, if we lived in a fantastical world, is that if he has a good game tomorrow, let's say he even scores a goal, he will still be going pretty much back and forth between the Primavera and the first team. Giroud will always be in front of him.
Oh yeah.
Okafor will always be in front of him. The kid is 15. The chances of him all of a sudden jumping in front of the seniors is super little, even if tomorrow he has a great game. And he's 15. You got to be patient. The guy is not even a professional. He hasn't signed a professional contract. So tomorrow is a crazy situation because of the injuries. That's why Camarda is playing. But I'm saying that's the best thing. Most likely, what is going to happen, guys, knock on wood, is that Milan tomorrow is going to struggle like hell. Fiorentina is going to give us hell to pay tomorrow. And if Camarda does come in, it's going to be a super complicated, difficult game. And most likely, I don't even know if a team can win tomorrow, because if you look at at Fiorentina's bench, they have Nzola, they have Sottil, Kwame, they have Barak, they have Mandragora, they have Icone. Our offensive bench is Romero and Camarda. This means, Laird, that we have no choice but to win the game tomorrow before the subs. There's only one way to win this game with
Roy,
with the players that are starting.
we're not winning that game tomorrow. People needs to just relax. Honestly, relax, guys. It's accepted. We're not winning that game, and it's not happening. No chance. If we're winning that game, I think no, we're not winning that game.
Like, listen, in order to win this game tomorrow, either we have to be perfectly defensively, and that is how you win every single fucking game. You have to be perfectly defensively and score one goal more than the other team. But either that, or we have to score at least 3 goals before the 70th minute and secure the game. If you only score 1 goal before the 70th minute, then Fiorentina has their players coming in. Guys, every single bench player of Fiorentina that is of the offensive department would start over Chukwueze and freaking Jovic. I don't know, maybe Pulisic not, but those two for sure. Nzola would start over him. Kwame would start over those two. Sotil would start over those two. Barak would start over those guys. So it's tough.
We're not winning, Roy. We're not winning. It's not happening. It's just, and to be honest, the way I see life in general, I would prefer CAMARDA to have a bad game tomorrow, to have an humbling experience. You know what I mean?
Why that?
So at least he understands that yes, he's a special talent, but the real football is totally different and needs to work hard. He needs to go to the training ground and work harder. He needs an humbling experience because the only thing he knows is winning. The only thing he knows is scoring. Everything is amazing. But we know professional football is not like this.
Okay, listen, one more topic, right? Because I have to go. I
Okay.
want to do one more. And but if you want to stay, you can stay. I think.
No, I don't need to go, man.
Gorilla says our squad is being rested for the match against Dortmund. The priority is in Fiorentina. Financially, there is only one objective: to make it out of the group. I kind of agree with this, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, the getting out of the group is going to be clutch. If tomorrow, let's say, worst scenario, we lose, Inter wins, it starts to become very difficult for us. Let's say tomorrow we officially is the beginning of the end for the Scudetto race. It starts tomorrow. If that's what happens, I think it's okay if we beat Dortmund. Beating Dortmund is going to cancel out a bad and a Fiorentina. And you're like, okay, we fight for top 4, but at least we know that we've gone through the group stages. I do agree with that. What about you? You agree with that too?
Yeah, that's the only thing I want. I want to win against Dortmund. I want to give a chance to myself as a football player, if I'm an AC Milan, to try and go through the group. So, and the coach as well wants to give a chance to himself to say, I want to try at least to go through the group because the season is done. I'm not going to win the league. At least I can financially make a lot of money with the Champions League quarterfinals, semifinals, whatever. So I need to win the Dortmund game. And I know if I win the Dortmund game, I have a lot of chances to go through after that. So that's the biggest game. You lose, you draw against Fiorentina, that's fine. You're not winning the league anyway. So
now, if you win both games, you're setting yourself up in a good situation, though, because
still,
morale
we're
is
not
high.
winning the league. We're not winning the league. So.
Yeah, the league, it's difficult, but it is a good situation. Now, listen, Larry, if we win tomorrow, like the Serie A is still good, and we rested the team. Now, listen, this is why I'm not completely lost of hope, is because Milan traditionally, even when there's like, let's say, a bad coach or bad this, bad the other. When it comes to these back to the wall games, like Milan, not always, but they can come up with good stuff, you know. So that is the hope I have. That is the hope I have, and I think at the San Siro it can be done. Like you have to be perfect defensively. Tomorrow you got to be perfectly defensively, and hit him. Tomorrow is there's no question that tomorrow the strategy has to be defend, counterattack. If you press high and you want to keep the team high, forget about it. Forget about it. Tomorrow, there's no doubt that has to be the strategy, and I think you can get away with it. Maybe, like, any hope for tomorrow at all?
No, honestly, I don't have hope because we always forget the mental aspect of the opposition. These guys are like 3 points from top four, playing against a team that has a lot of injuries, a team that is going to play in Champions League in 3 days. So half of their mind is on Dortmund game. It's a team that has Primavera players on the bench or inexperienced players on the bench. I'm not going to allow myself to lose today. I'm going to win it or at least get a point out of it
Dude,
here.
I mean, listen. I love that you fucking did that, because if you look at it from a perspective of Fiorentina, like, yeah, you have to say that, dude. You have to be like, there's no fucking way I'm losing this game.
They're going like, we're going to fucking destroy this guy. We're going to aggressively break them.
Do you think? Listen, we from home, we can see what the problems are with Milan and the Rossa. You think those guys, the Italiano, doesn't know, and that they don't know?
Italiano knows all the weaknesses. He knows that Calabria 65 minutes needs to get changed. He knows how to get yellow cards out of Tomori and Chao. He knows that Hernandez is coming from the national team. Maybe he's not fully rested. Maybe he's gonna kind of underestimate a bit the game. He knows all these things. Jovic is finished. Italiano fucking coaches Jovic 3 months ago. They're gonna come and eat us alive. There is no chance we're going to get
Oh my
a
god,
win tomorrow. If we draw, I will consider it as a win. I will think Pioli is a great coach.
dude! I really love the fact that you brought up that perspective up, because a lot of times I don't think people do it in general. When you look at the game from a perspective of the opponent, and when you look at it from a perspective of the opponent, and you see your situation and who you're facing and the situation they're in right now, we have to look like a wounded animal. And there's a wounded animal, you go in for the kill. Like, you don't fuck around. So I definitely agree that that's how they see it. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's see what happens tomorrow. Like, I gotta go. Good chat.
Close the live. Great live, yeah.
All right, my man. So tomorrow, watch along. Uh, join if you're available.
Probably I can join. Probably I can join the second half.
Awesome. And then yeah, we'll talk about the game. All right, guys. So everybody, thank you very much for being here. Like the page, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We will see you tomorrow. A wounded animal is dangerous. I like that. Let's end with that. A wounded animal is dangerous. All right, guys. Have a good one. Peace out. All right.
See you. Bye.
Forza Milan.